Welcome to the 2017 World Games IPF coverage. This is the lightweight men's starting us off here. I'm Christina Chamley.
And I'm Heinrich Janssen van Rensburg.
We're underway for a start with the Polish champion,
Daria Gazzola.
We've just been out the back in the warm-up room just prior to this start, and I can tell you all the guys warmed up well, looking really good. Fantastic venue this here in Wrocław, Poland. It's actually a brand new music auditorium that they've put us in. The World Games Association have put us in here. Huge area. We've got 15 warm-up stations out the back there available, but we've only got 10 lifters in this flight for you.
Now, this is the lightweight men, which consists of the 59 kilogram and the 66 kilogram men. They both will compete against each other on the bodyweight formula. This is very interesting because you have your 59 kilogram world champion in your Sergey over 10-time world champion. You have the 66 kilogram world champion Chongqing Xie from Chinese Taipei. But the overall, the one you expect to win here would easily be Sergey Fedoshenko, as he has been multiple times overall world champion before.
That's right, but as you said, Heinrich, these guys are not competing on actual kilograms, they're competing on body weight formula. So we will endeavour to keep you updated with where they're actually placing, even though the weight on the bar is not the way that you will be calculating that. We just saw one of the Chinese Taipei lifters in this group. There's 2 Chinese Taipei lifters here for you. That was Lin Yi-chun, come out for his successful first attempt squat. So we want to see these guys get on the board with his first attempts. Sato from Japan.
No, that looked quite easy for him.
Yep. So as Heinrich mentioned, because there's actually 2 IPF bodyweight classifications combined together to make the lightweight class here, some of these guys are not traditional competitors. They don't usually compete against each other. So this is both stimulating and challenging for them. And it makes the World Games just that little bit more special and exciting and different. There is literally nothing like it in the IPF. This is our Olympics.
This is the biggest platform for powerlifting. So you got Antti Salvonainen from Finland here. He's quite big in the deadlift. He's a very strong deadlifter. Salvonainen usually competes in the 66 kilogram weight class. What? Oh, that's an easy opener for him.
So as you can see, the World Games powerlifting is an open event, so all ages compete equally. There's no juniors, seniors, masters, they're all just considered the same. It's just an open age. And the weight classifications for the whole competition are light, middle, heavy and super heavy. And these guys are considered light. These are the 9 or 10 top meaning strongest guys in this weight category in the world. Here is Sergey Fedoshenko. I'm just trying to have a look at what is on his feet.
This baby's a new kind of shoe.
Sergey finds depth easy and stands up super strong.
And that was a 260 kilo opener for Sergey with a world record of 300 kilogram for him. Yep, that should be lightweight.
Incredibly explosive and powerful up. That little smile come across his face as he came up, as it feels exactly how he was hoping it would feel. That tells him a lot about where his body feels today.
Franklin Leon from Ecuador. Still got 3 squats after him. Even though everybody competes as open lifter here, we got 2 juniors. The youngest is 22 years old, Charles Okpoka from USA. He will be the last one to squat here in this first round. And you got Yuchin Lin from China, also junior. And Hassan El-Begiti from France, the only master lifter here.
Leon makes short work of that squat, but you can see the pressure in his eyes and in his face there that he is under immense pressure. That suit is incredibly tight, and he found depth beautifully, worked it up so strong, but just check the face out as he comes up. That make no doubt about it, that's a very tight suit, and he was under huge pressure down there in the hole. Here's Chun Sing from Chinese Taipei, world champion and absolute workhorse, category 2 referee in the IPF.
No, he is one of the friendliest guys you will meet. Always smiling.
Sits it in well.
But when you see him on the platform, smile goes away. It's all concentration. It's all business.
They took it from him.
2-1.
It clarified. There was a blue and a red in there. I can't see the blue, but I guess. The blue card means there was up and down movement on the bar.
Blue might have been he didn't lock his knees.
Or didn't lock the knees. But the red was for depth on one side. It is possible to be depth on one side and not on the other, as the hips don't always move perfectly symmetrically. So that is a possibility, but in any event, he got 2 red lights, so it's a no lift for him, which is a bit of a shock.
Hassan El-Begiti
from France. Oh, cut it high.
That looked a little bit high.
I'm asking a question. I didn't. It looked high. Oh, they've given it to him. So it was just a question on my part, not a statement of fact. But the referee saw it as fine. Well, 2 did.
Well, he's got his left in, so he will be right. Now, Charles Okpoko is the youngest lifter we have here. Only 22 years old. He was overall junior world champion last year.
Yeah.
Opener with a huge 302.5 kilogram.
Yeah, absolutely sensational lifter, and hard for me to believe he's classified as a lightweight. Really look at his structure, look at his lifting.
There's nothing light here.
There is nothing light about Charles. You can't even use that word. He's just so impressive, this young man. Just can't wait to watch him here. Look, the elbows flared out the back. Sits at him beautifully, comes up so strong. He's just super strong.
We might see attempt.
There we go.
We might see attempt at the world record coming up.
Yeah.
World record for the 66 kilo class would be 326, and then you've got 300 kilos for the 59s.
Look, he impressed me enormously when I saw him there in Orlando, at just the sheer power, the way he conducts himself, the focus for a young lifter, and you just don't see lifters like that every day. So we're back up the top now for the second squats. Daria's Gazzola, the Polish lifter, has been around for years and years and years.
He's also a previous world champion.
Yes.
Multiple time European champion, European Hall of Fame.
Yes, incredible amount of weight here.
He also just loves powerlifting.
Yes.
He's always there. He's at almost all competitions he goes to. Very passionate about being from Poland. Very proud man.
Just incredibly strong. Great technique. Just watch this efficiency. Finds it.
Oh, good fight. People cheering him on.
Starting to get a bit of energy from the crowd. Certainly the thing about these lightweight lifters is you can see the vascularity in them and how hard they're working, as there's no excess body weight on them. They're very disciplined with their diet, and their whole body weight is working towards lifting the weight.
Here comes the other junior, Yi Chun Lin.
Yi Chun Lin, Chinese Taipei. They're very active, Chinese Taipei, especially in this format of lifting, with the equipped lifting, the apparel that the World Games is contested in. Finds it, squeezes it up, does his job.
Yes, that's a good lift for Lin. 265 kg champion, Yoshihiro, starting Japan.
At this level, we've got nothing but elite lifters in front of you. These lifters they've qualified through a process that's literally taken years to get to this point, that culminated in the World Championships last year in November in Orlando, USA. And the top 3 lifters out of each of 2 weight classes that combined together to make this lightweight division automatically went through, and that was it. The top 3, with 1 perhaps reserve or wild card thrown in. Satu. Oh, gets underneath and tries to pull through it. He's going to push through. Oh. So close.
What a fight. Now he has to go back, think of doing that again.
Oh. He used a lot of energy in that lift.
I was deep enough.
We can say that for sure. Gets here, never gave up. My goodness, I would have put money on that at any point, that he was going to push through that. He never gave up.
Savolainen, Finland.
In the end, gravity beat him, wore him down.
Next lifter.
Antti from Finland now.
Antti Savolainen, he was a bronze medalist last year.
Oh, what technique.
It's very easy.
He looked very comfortable doing that.
Yeah, that was a
It
great,
was almost no effort.
and that's that sign of perfect technique.
Ladies on the bar. Record for
Whole body working in perfect unison under such load. It's a very hard thing to do.
support for this second.
Yeah, really good lift that. Sunting can't wait to get out there and have another go at this. He was perplexed as to what happened here. He has been in this position before where he's missed a lift unexpectedly and he just refocuses and go again. They train for this scenario. They're not arrogant, these lifters. They know they're human. They know their limitations and they're prepared to just dig in and do the work that they've got to do. They accept the judge's decision and they just go again. Sits it down nice and deep. I feel within myself, I see that left hip is dropping lower than the right. Let's see how the refs call that.
All right,
He got all
okay.
three.
All right, so all lifters at least got one squat in.
That's good.
So they're all in.
Just have a look at the hips here. There's a slight unevenness in.
His one hip
Is
is
definitely
his left
one
hip
hip,
is
definitely
lower.
lower. So there's a little bit of imbalance within his body at the minute, and he understands now that he will have to make sure the higher hip is making depth.
On this level, you will really notice some, because not everybody can just see that, oh, his one hip is lower than the other one, but from years of lifting you would see
Such a
you know,
thing.
small things like
Like
that,
that,
and
yep.
sometimes you just have to work on that part of in your training,
Yep.
so you know when you come to a competition that everything will be right.
Full breath. Leon Franklin, Ecuador. Also many years competing. Drops it in, works
That
it
was
back.
very comfortable.
Yeah, he's developed a really good squat technique. He's got this lovely big chest and incredible strength in the upper part of his chest and upper back, which means he can get up from underneath using that superior strength to pull himself upright. It's really terrific technique for him. Sergey is looking incredibly comfortable here because he knows he's put all that work in at training level and it's all now right here for him available. He doesn't have to find anything, it's all here available to him. His body's perfectly prepared.
And he's a previous World Games champion as well, so he knows what it takes to win. And you know, even if he's the lightest and smallest of all the Russian lifters, all the other lifters look up to him. He's mostly their coach even.
Yeah, he coaches many lifters. Sits it in, stands it up. I'm always absolutely stunned and amazed at how he stands up. He just stands up like nothing. Nothing's on him.
270 kilo on the bar. Record for Alexander Getting Falls. 290
Really
kilo.
Incredibly strong. It looks easy, but look, you can see the works there. He's doing the work. It is not easy. I'm sure these lifters at some point would resent people saying it's easy. It's not easy. This is hard. It's hard work.
This is really hard. I mean, the weight they lift is.
They have to be completely focused and switched on. This is not easy. They're making it appear that way. But every ounce of concentration, energy, focus, and there you go. That's what happens. That shows you something. These weights are lethal. And weight falls fast, let me tell you, if you haven't got control of it. El Bagati. Sets it in, gets under. Oh, pushes the knees out and says, who's the boss now?
You know, that first walkout he tried didn't even phase him.
No. Ooh, there you see the look of it. And in a way, I'm kind of pleased that people get a chance to see that, because it was all just looking a bit too easy out there, wasn't it? This is what happens, people. These weights are lethal.
And you know what? They make them look easy. But if you squat 4 or 5 times your own body weight.
Let's just get our head around this. This weight will fall and crush. That's why there's that many spotters around these people. This gets out of control.
It's for the lifter's safety.
They're done for.
That's why the lifters have knee pads and supportive suits.
It's all about safety here. Charles. Oh, comes through, but was it deep enough, Heinrich?
He might have hit that little bit.
That's
high.
my question in my mind. Yes, that's right. Yeah. I think he the weight intimidated him. Can I say that? There it is, you see, that hip. Oh, did it? Oh, now look on there. It was borderline. The left hip dropped down, but did the right. Again, it wasn't quite symmetrical. He did get one white light. I think that was well called by the referees. One hip might have dropped down, just right.
Okay, so at the start of the third round, Fetish leads the squats. 255 points. Charles from USA with 239 because he just missed that weight. And then Franklin Leon from Ecuador in third place.
But look at Daria's. Look at that intention. Squeezes under there. This is what I love. I love this determination, this grit, this intention to dominate something. Right now, that weight feels ferociously heavy, and he just stands up.
Easy.
Appreciation. And he smashes the fist down and says...
He got his friends and his countrymen here behind him.
Oh, I just love this. It's the whole body working together. And he says, did you get a load of that? 4 years in the making these lifts since last time he was at World Games. Of course, a lot of competition has gone on since then. They've been going to World Championships, they've been going to Bench Press Championships, they've been going to Nationals and Regionals and everything all over the place. But this is our Olympics. This is the big one every 4 years. Look at that image. 5 spotters it takes to keep that lifter safe. If they can't lift that lift. Lynn comes through, stands it up.
What's interesting with Len is he's a very upright squatter.
Isn't he?
His upper body, he's mostly upright. Just sits down.
Mechanically, difficult for a lot of lifters to attain that posture due to ankle flexibility, etc. And this is why everyone has to squat differently, because the way our body moves, and squats particularly, is completely different from person to person. Our flexibility and the range that our joints move in, there's multiple joints that are moving in a squat. It's not just your hips at all. It's a lot about ankles. It's a lot about, hips and back and shoulders and where that bar is placed on the back. Shoulder mobility, elbows, wrists.
Yoshihiro is retrying 265. He had that big fight on the second one. Let's hope he gets this.
I just want to see that chest come up early.
Oh, yes.
Look how asymmetrical he is. Was that the strategy?
Much better.
He was completely asymmetrical through the elbows. Just have a look on the replay. Is that the way he gets his body to come up? The sweat drips down. He's working hard.
That was his last squat. Now he has to go warm up for the bench. And he's one of the leaders in the bench press.
Right. And D.
And
270.
If he gets this, this will be 7.5 kilos more than he did at World Championships.
It's a big improvement. Oh, this looks good. Oh, that looked good. He anxiously waits for those lights. They're still not up. Hey. Just can't get a result on that yet. An official result. Strength-wise. Good lift.
All right.
Santin trying to make up some ground here. Put 10 kilos on that third attempt. One of my favourite lifters. I've watched him for years and years progress from coming 5th at Worlds and this sort of thing, just getting stronger and stronger, patiently biding his time, hanging in there, longevity, consistency, working on that technique, and year after year improving until he started actually winning and then won a World Championship. Here he is, World Games.
When the World Games was in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, he was actually the World Games champion.
Wow. Oh, he hit that deep. He comes up a bit crooked, but...
Depth is definitely there.
Depth was there.
Oh! Got blue
Not
cards.
locked out. Not locked out.
Blue cards should be not locked out. On the knees.
He definitely came up all sorts of crooked. And, very soft. He unlocked and all sorts of problems there.
Yeah, that was his knees.
He's definitely had a few problems with the squat here, hey?
Yeah, I mean...
So he ended up only getting one squat.
Yeah.
But there's problems in his body. Obviously, these guys, all lifters are pushing themselves extremely hard in their training and preparation for World Games. And I can just see here a little bit of problems within his body, perhaps.
His left hip was a little bit
There's a little problem through his hips there, but
You don't normally see that with these level of lifters, but anything can happen on the day.
yeah. Leon Franklin,
Oh, he's having a very good day.
terrific. Sets those lats, the elbows come right down. He drops it, that left knee troubles him, but he stands it up. I thought he just dropped it a bit hard at the bottom, harder than those previous 2 attempts. The coach wipes the sweat off. He says, oh my goodness.
Oh, got it.
Sends us a love heart. There we go. Yeah, dropped it just a fraction faster than usual, but it's heavy. It pushed him down. And as is his custom, he sends the respect up to the heavens. Sergey Fedoshenko, our hero.
Oh, he's only going 290. He doesn't want any world records or just to attempt that, to risk it. He just wants to come out here, do the best what he can for now, to win the gold again.
All right, that's how you're calling it. All right.
Easy walkout for him.
Knee problem.
He's buckled a bit.
Knee's definitely buckled. It was a difficult camera angle for me to see what happened, but I saw that knee did not look...
Oh, he got it.
He got the lift, but...
I think his suit tore.
Did his suit tear?
His suit tear, or on the left-hand side.
Something definitely went astray, but whatever it was, unbelievably, it didn't trouble him during the lift. But we saw something, some strange movement we weren't expecting, even from that odd camera angle. And I just couldn't quite understand what I was seeing. It was something to do that affected that knee movement. And for a shocking moment there, I thought his knee buckled. But it didn't affect the end result. He got the lift without that bar dropping down at all. 300 neat on the bar for El Bugatti. We're nearly there with the squats. Top squat's going to be reserved for the youngster Charles Okpoko from USA, but first El Bugatti 300. Some serious squatter loaders in that picture. I'll tell you, there's a world champion. Might be more than one, but I can tell you there's one. Only just called him. Only just finished calling him in Minsk. What's going on here? He's getting ready. He's just waiting.
I think Hassan is going to time out.
Hassan's going to time... So El Bugatti's going to time out. He's not coming out for that 300. And Charles is in the race, ready to go. He's got his tunes on.
Hassan might be saving himself for the deadlift, because he's a big deadlifter in this group.
Oh, look at that lovely tie. Is that what belt is that? Is it a
That would
Titan
be a
belt?
Titan gold lever.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I'm going to try and get it off him and put it around my leg.
Now Charles is going for 312 again. You know, East Junior, this is the future of powerlifting.
This is it.
This young man is such an amazing lifter to watch.
There's no words. I really, I've got a lot of words, but I've got no words. I run out of words for this man. He's just personal favourite of mine. You just do not see talent and work ethic, and he's a really nice person. The little I've gotten to know, just a little bit of, around the venue, speak to him, sits it in, comes through.
Oh, come on.
Heart.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Did he get that?
Come on, lights. We need a result immediately.
Waiting here patiently.
Coach is trying to get those wraps off the knees. They're very restricting. And
That's
it's a good lift.
Oh,
Big
that's
relief.
the biggest squat we have for this session.
That's absolutely epic. 312.5 kilos for Charles Okpoko, USA. Solid heart. As he worked his way all the way through that, that is absolute gold.
But even though Charles got that squat, he's still in second in squats on points wise with 247 compared to Fedosienko's points of 264.6
On body weight.
on body weight.
Wow, that just goes to show where Fedoshenko's actual body weight points puts him. Now we're going to have a 20-minute break and come back for our bench press. So we will rejoin you for that commentary then. Okay, we're back with the bench press in the lightweight men's at the World Games 2017. After the squat, Heinrich, how are we looking?
Well, so far in the squad, we have Sergey from Russia leading, with Charles Okpoko from USA in second, and Franklin Leon in third place, very close to Charles Okpoko. With the bench, Sergey Fedosienko and Charles Okpoko, they do have big benches, but the biggest opener will come from Yoshihiro Sato from Japan with 210 kilos. And we know the Japanese, they have absolutely perfect technique in the bench press. They really know how to bench. We got 155 kilo opener here from Yi Chun Lin from Chinese Taipei. Well, that was an easy opener. Almost looks like a warm up there. So this is the 59 and 66 kilo class lifters. They are in the lightweight men. Even though there is nothing light here, what's going on? I mean, they are the best of the best. The current bench world records is Sergey Fedosienko holds the record with 205 kilo in the 59 class, and in the 66 kilo the world record is 220.5 kilo from Mariusz Grotowski from Poland, but he's not lifting here. But we might see Yoshihiro Sato going for that, because he's only opening 10.5 kilos less.
Yeah, so he's really opening in a position where you can imagine he may have a challenge at the world record.
Yeah, we may see a world record fall here in the bench.
But we see El Bagati here taking his opening bench press.
162 kilos.
Go. Press.
Just a bit of a struggle to lock out, but looks like came up okay. Certainly his reaction as he came off the bench there looked like hard work.
Yeah, he did struggle a little bit from halfway up. You would see in all these benches they have different techniques, especially where their feet are placed, and that also determines the leg drive they would have. Gazzola is up next. The Polish people cheering him on.
Yeah, he's got a lot of support in the crowd. Quite a few tickets were sold here for today, the opening day of competition. My understanding there was 400 tickets sold. And so a lot of those would be friends and family who have come with the international athletes, but also the home crowd, being easy access for them to come and support. Daria's Gazzola, 165 for his opening bench.
Stop. Press. Wait.
Looks easy, and that's a bit different values.
It's all easy weights at the moment. I've not really seen anything that they struggled with.
Yep, powerlifting's just one of 31 sports at the World Games here in Wrocław, Poland. These sports generally not in the actual Olympics, but are under the patronage, these games are under the patronage of the Olympics, the Olympic Games. So, like powerlifting, many of these sports are attempting to get Olympic recognition and are pleased to be in the World Games. Leon drags this down and pulls that through. That's actually quite a good bench for an opener.
Yes.
It looked like a pretty good opener to me.
185 kilograms the bar. Prepare for Sergey for the second team of Russia.
Just get some good replay there on that one. Yeah, so a lot of those 31 sports would be attempting just to get Olympic recognition, perhaps knowing they would not be in the Olympics for many, many years, but would like that recognition as the IPF would like, because having that Olympic recognition would mean that in individual nations you could go to your Olympic federation and perhaps get some extra benefit because you had Olympic recognition, get some funding or grants or other benefits because you're a sport with Olympic recognition, even though you're not a sport that's in the Olympics. You're a sport that has recognition. There's a couple of different tiers to this idea. As we see Fetish get handed out his opener,
Press.
and he makes short work of that.
Yes, that's
3 white.
And that's only 20 kilos on his world record. And that was easy.
Certainly was. And that shirt's not jacked down at all. So he's got room to move to go for that second attempt as well. Antti Salvonainen comes out next for his opening bench, 190 on the bar for him. So there's quite the several processes involved with Olympic recognition for sports. And just the very first stage is getting the thing called the recognition, where the Olympics recognise the sport.
Start.
Salvonainen
Press.
gets a good press, command, and locks that out with no problem whatsoever. So far, all these benches looking really good from the guys.
Well, still 190 on the bar. Right back for Jones.
Nothing crazy happening here so far.
1 minute.
Just getting a safe opener.
Sigh, next lifter.
Here's Charles Okpoko. As you said, Heinrich, he finished up after the squat, after that body weight coefficient was applied, in overall second position. So we just like to see how he's going to travel along now with the bench. We know he's somewhat of a squat, specialist, I suppose.
Start.
But let's have a look at the squat. Gets it down quite low, throws it back. Looked wonderful to me.
Yeah, got that opener in.
Yep. Got a little bit of chalk on him.
A little bit.
As he turns around, pretty well covered in chalk, so he doesn't slip. Sometimes lifters get a bit sweaty on the neck and the head, so get covered in chalk by their coach so they don't slip on the bench. That would be the last thing you want to feel when you're trying to press that bench, is your head slides or something. That's not going to feel very good.
Chung Ting Shi.
Yep.
Only opening on 200 kilos.
200 neat. Not bad.
It's 15 kilogram under his best.
No wrist wraps.
Stop. Press.
It's a long way down for him.
Right.
And presses
That's
that no
pretty easy.
problem whatsoever. You can see on the wrist angle and how far back the hand is cocked that the wrist wraps would probably be quite uncomfortable and peed him, and he's probably given up with them and said, "No, you know what, they're not actually helping me." Just as he came off, he just grabbed the right shoulder. He might have felt a little bit of pain through there.
Now, Yoshihiro Sato, you'll be able to determine from this opener now would he be able to go to a world record? Would he be near that?
Mm-hmm.
All depends on just his first lift.
As you said, he's opening on an amount that suggests that he's like to position himself for a crack at the world record.
And his personal best is 0.5 kilos below the world record.
Right. So let's have a look at the opener. It's a lovely touch. He gets right under the bar. It's asymmetrical, but he locks it out, no problem. And you can only wonder a little bit more weight may indeed help him. He got 3 white and he says, I think I like that.
He's happy.
I can't help but think a little bit more weight might help him, Heinrich.
Yeah.
I think if he puts 5 on there and has a look at that, then he might have a look at it for the third. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he will probably go up about 5 kilos. Got 215.
Yi Chun-Ling, 162.5 on there. So just some great vision there of him wrapping up with the SBD. Wrist wraps, SBD of course, major sponsor here, as you can see all over that back banner. Lyco and SBD, major sponsors.
And you will see everything on the platform is a Lyco, from the bar, the special rack they made for this World Games. It's absolutely beautiful.
Stop.
Oh, has a little trouble, but flies through with the press, so that's no problem. He knows how it works.
It almost looked too light because he almost, I almost thought he couldn't touch the bar on his chest.
Yeah, he had trouble getting it. The trouble was getting it down.
Yeah, we were correct with Yoshihiro Sato. He is going up 15 kilos.
Okay. Alberghetti, 167.5. I think he's got a pretty good deadlift on him, hasn't he?
Brigitte has one of the strongest deadlifts in the lightweight. He's got a best deadlift of 320.5 kilos.
Yeah, nice. Yep.
He held the record multiple times in 2 different weight classes.
Yeah. And look, you can pretty much pick that from his physique too, as he just drops the butt down onto the bench there.
Press.
Beautiful technique, tries to get right under it and pushes it back very patiently. That's a beautiful bench there is. That's a gorgeous bench, but look at the expression. It tells you, what more can I do? I don't know how he's going to find even another kilo in there. That was a glorious bench. But goodness, has he got any more in? Daria's Gazzola, he's in attack mode. He's just had pure aggression here. I just love his intensity so far with the lifts we've seen, and just to see him there standing to come out for this lift. Grits the teeth, very characteristic, a lot of air. Squeezes that bar, drags it down. Oh, it's heavy, it's all sorts of trouble, but he pushes it away. Oh,
It's like he couldn't get it steady on the chest.
You can see why he had to push himself, because that was a very challenging weight for him. Oh, he had so much trouble. It was a very awkward touch. Just rolled back on him a little bit, and then he had a lot of trouble, nowhere to go, how to press it. Wasn't the touch he probably wanted. Just going to have to go back there and mentally rehearse how to get a better line onto the chest. There's a lot of strength required. He's really pushing it now.
And we got Franklin Leon on. He will be one of the medal contenders overall.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Stop. Press.
He took that big air before he started. Did you see that? I don't like it when lifters do that. They worry me.
Hey, but you know, it worked for him. It worked for him. He was happy. It was nice and controlled. We have Fetish up next with 192.5 kilos.
92.5 kgs. White guy for Sergey, Fetish,
He drives it away so beautifully. Look at that slow-mo. Just shows us, you know, in many respects, you've got to trust the body is going to do everything to try and press it no matter what. It's quite a lot about the descent and the touch in the bench press, because once you're underway pressing it, your body will do everything it can to press it away.
Now let's see some perfection by Fetish.
Let's see some magic.
He's really the magic man.
Yeah, there's no magic arch or anything, it's just strength.
Press.
Yeah. Easy. Boom.
There we go. Just bench it. Just bench it.
One of the best lightweight lifters in powerlifting ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And look at this. Look at the elbow position. The job's done, you know. Job done.
For now.
I mean, for that lift, you know, job done. Just benched it. That's it.
Yeah, easy.
Anti-Sovel 9 and, you know, relatively tall lifter in the lightweight classification. Very low body fat. You can see in him.
You can see the head coach of Finland, Seppo.
Yeah. He's a wonderful coach.
Stop.
Pulls it down. Very good control. Oh, that was a magnificent bench.
His first one looked the same, his second one was the same.
But that was smooth. He came down under absolute perfect timing. There was utterly no stutter, no mistake, no awkwardness.
Throughout his whole competition, he's been extremely controlled.
Yeah, his body is in such physical good condition. There's a lot of good quality lifting and training that's gone in there to produce that kind of lifting. Charles gets under this one. What is it? What do we got here?
197.5.
Wow, just under the 200. Oh,
Press.
gets that low touch, drifts it back. Oh, the right arm comes through.
The right arm came down a little bit. I don't think it would
Is
have
it a
been the whole
lift?
bar. That's a good lift.
Okay.
I think it was only the right hand that dropped a little bit, not the left. And in powerlifting, that it's still permissible. You only get a blue card if the whole bar drops down and goes up again.
And if you can imagine, it is possible that one hand and one arm is holding the bar on one side, either stationary or whatever, and the other arm, it's dropping, but that one other side is not. As he walks his hips back towards the shoulders that are grounded to get maximum tension. Oh, he pushes through, and I can see why that right shoulder might trouble him. It does an awful lot of work, doesn't it? You could see that in that shot.
He would know what's troubling him. I mean, he's a 7-time world champion already.
Yeah. We're not going to see that front on, but you can see what happens there is that right shoulder digs in and does an awful lot of work to try and lock that out.
And he doesn't use any wrist taps as well.
Yeah.
You would see the position that he had with his fingers on the bar.
Yeah, look, they're in a lot of pain. There's no doubt about that. You know, that ceases to be high on the list of problems for them. They're trying to get these lifts, so pain's not the problem.
Stop. Press.
So here's this weight a little bit heavier. It looks a little bit better. It's under more control. It's a better looking lift visually to me. So that's what we would say, that first lift looked a little bit awkward because it was just a fraction light for that shirt. So he adds the 5 kilos and it starts to look a little bit more symmetrical. But it's starting to look heavy.
Yeah, I definitely think he is going to go for that world record.
He's going to go for it. I'm not sure if he's going to get it because it's starting to look heavy.
He did the 220 kilos at the World Championships last year in November, so he might just try to go for that.
Yeah.
221 kilos. He's got nothing to lose here.
Nothing to lose, but it was quite slow, that lift, wasn't it?
It was a bit slow,
Yeah.
a little bit heavy at the top with the lockout.
Yeah. But he might groove it. He might groove the next one a little bit better, or just something might work a bit better for him. There's no doubt you can get a lift. Even after the second one looks slow. Bugatti now. Just getting a feel on that bar. Getting all nice and switched on.
This is the start of the third attempts for the bench press.
Press.
Oh, he's nailed by it. He got stapled to the bench by it. There was
Oh.
nothing there.
Yeah, we're correct. Sato from Japan is definitely going for the world record.
Okay.
He's put 221 kilos
21. Okay.
for his last attempt,
Righto.
which is a humongous weight.
Yeah. It's a humongous weight, and he'll need every bit of groove and strength to get that here today. Daria's Gazzola clears the mind, gets ready to have a real good go at this one. This weight is right on the borderline of what he can manage. And he is going to have to absolutely dominate this to get this weight here today. And he's the sort of guy who's got the mindset to do it. Polska power, he jumps it down, he gets right under it.
Oh, he's
I
fighting
think
for
he's
that.
got it.
Oh, yes.
There we go. And isn't he pumped? And coach gives him a belt for it. It says, get out the back. Go on, you.
Well, I think it's so great that the Polish lifter,
Look at this.
This is the home country. The people are here, family,
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah, yeah.
support them all.
Yeah. He says. I love it. I love that. Especially when a weight got you on the second attempt and then you come out and get it.
Yeah.
Stop. Press.
Oh, that was such an easy one for Yi Chun. He only went up 7.5 kilos, but he's just playing it safe, getting all his attempts in. And after the bench press, we'll be able to see more how the overall standings are looking at. It will change in the deadlift, definitely, but we'll see more overall who's lying where. Franklin Leon with 177.5 kilos. He did get his first 2 attempts. There's quite a few lifters from Ecuador, yeah.
Isn't there quite a few from South America, full
There's
stop?
quite a few from South America. The past couple of years, South America had such a big injection of powerlifting on the international scene.
Yes.
Press.
Oh, great.
That was solid.
Yeah.
The ball at that point, the referees are saying that's 2-1. 197.5 kgs on the bar right for Sergey, Fetish, Anko, Russia.
Next up, we'll have the Russian giant, Fetish. He might be small in stature, but this guy can lift.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this guy. Really huge fan. I just think he's amazing. And he puts back into the sport. He coaches, as you say, so many lifters, not only personally, but online now. And he's just a really nice guy and wants to connect with people. He's friendly. And I just think, he's been around for so long. Lovely touch. Gives it a little push off the chest.
He needs to.
He couldn't lock that right arm out. No. And he says, what did I just do? He admonishes himself. He's really not happy with self. Is he injured? Is he injured?
Something might be wrong.
I think something's wrong.
Something might be wrong. Might be his right shoulder.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's an injury. He's such a tough guy. I actually think he's injured. He's broken down there because he knows something just gave way, I think.
We'll have to see how he will be able to deadlift.
Absolutely.
Next.
That's going to tell us what he opens on in the deadlift.
Because I know he won't just stop.
No, he will not.
Do the best he can. You see the spotters. Yeah, they're all from Poland and they're all lifters.
They are all lifters. And I have to say, they are doing an exceptional job. They are disciplined. They are fast. They're a great crew. In fact, just like to actually acknowledge the Polish Powerlifting Federation right now. Their organising committee and all their team here, spotter loaders, but the entire crew they've got working have been exceptional to work with so far in the setup and these early stages. Really top effort and very, very wonderful to work with.
They've been such great hosts here in Poland. Made everybody feel so welcome to this beautiful country and this beautiful city.
7, 9 and...
Oh, he's fighting for that. He's in control.
There we go.
Oh, yes. He locks
That
it
was
out.
superb.
But that was the most he could have done.
Absolute max. Look to be. Yeah, look to be. But the form didn't break down, but
No.
seriously, how much more could he lift without the form breaking down and him getting the lift? USA's hero, young Charles. Really hope to try and get an interview with him for our magazine. I wanted to after Orlando, but I missed a chance. And this is just making me want to talk to him even more. Oh, look at this. Look at this. My goodness.
Oh, that's good. He's going to be happy.
Charles.
Even only a
Yeah.
2.5 kilo increase.
There's Gino.
That is Gino.
Shirt's jacked.
Shay also went up 2.5 kilos from his previous attempt. He was touching his right shoulder beforehand. So let's hope that doesn't affect this lift now. See, it's a finger position also on the ball. No wrist strap. You don't see many lifters. Oh, he blasted that off his chest.
Wow, that was a beautiful lift. That was perfect from start to finish.
That was his easiest lift.
It was his easiest lift. It was the most comfortable looking. There was no right shoulder problem whatsoever. What went wrong with the other two lifts? That was the best lift. What's going on? What? Oh my goodness.
Now
You're
we're
shaking.
going to try for the first world record in the men's today.
Look at that face.
220 kilos, 221.
Yep, it's time. World record time.
He's been here before.
Yep. World record at the World Games. What a dream. What timing to do such.
It's more than 3 times his body weight.
He's got one shot at it. No pressure.
Stop. Press.
Oh, come on, come
Get
on.
under it.
He's pressing
oh,
it.
come on. Left arm come through. Oh, no.
He
Can't lock it
can't
out.
lock it out.
Oh,
I was so close.
really close. I think, oh, he grimaces. Yeah, he almost thought as much. Look, and I think we called it that way, that after the second lift, we wondered whether he really had the extra in him. But it was a valiant attempt, but he just couldn't get that last bit of lockout.
All right, Sergey Fedosienko leading the bench press with Yoshihiro Sato from Japan in second place for the bench, and in third place we Chongqing Xie from Chinese Taipei. Then the deadlifts will start in 20 minutes. Then we will be able to see who will be the top 3. We will have a better prognosis for that. We will see you in 20 minutes.
See you then. And we're back with the deadlift session of the World Games 2017 lightweight men here. I'm Christina Chamley.
And I'm Heinrich Janssen van Rensburg.
And you're rejoining us just a few seconds before we kick off. Let's have a look at the standings now, Heinrich, on body weight, please. With the coefficient applied, how are we going?
At the moment it was Sergey in the lead, Charles Okpoko from USA in second, with Franklin Leon from Ecuador in third place, and right on his heels is Chongqing Shi from Chinese Taipei and Yoshihiro Sato from Japan. They will be fighting it out for third place. Charles Okpoko might battle out for first place against Fetish. All depends on how Fetish does after his last bench press.
Daria's Gazzola starts us off with his opening deadlift of 205. And he's got his total at Worlds. He has a good think as he comes off there about what's coming next, I think. And where to from here. But the big news, of course, that we've been talking about in the break is what's up with Sergey Fedoshenko. We are not quite sure what we saw at the end of the bench press there. He broke down on the bench. His coach actually walked onto the platform and assisted him off the bench. It looked a little bit more than disappointment that he missed the lift. It looked as if he was actually injured. We've got no news for you on that. We were unable to find out, so we're going to have to rely on what we see here as Sato pulls that through that opening deadlift quite impressively.
That was so easy. That was so fast. Don't blink.
Yeah. So he's away with his total. And our only information is going to be our observation of the opening deadlift that Fedoshenko puts up and how he pulls it. So what's Fedoshenko put up for the opening dead there, Heinrich?
Fedoshenko only put up a 240 kilo opener, but that was on even before the bench press.
So there's been no drop at this stage?
There's no drop in his opener.
So that's it?
Yeah, 240 kilos will relatively be easy for him.
But surely if he was injured during that 20-minute break, they would have dropped that opener.
They would have dropped it. So
if he had a major shoulder injury, they would have dropped that opener. So hopefully it wasn't a serious problem and he hasn't been majorly affected for the deadlift by it. Franklin Leon for his opener now. That's for his total at World Games. And he thanks the heavens. Gives praise or thanks. And there's that total. So, 240. Sergey. Let's see how he moves. We'll be watching him like a hawk now.
It's always interesting with Sergey that he deadlifts without a deadlift suit or squat suit.
So no lifting equipped apparel, just classic.
No.
Wow. Okay, so no real
Fedoshenko
injury there.
He's good. He is fine. There is nothing to worry about. The only people that need to worry is second and third place if they want to go for gold.
They should worry. So whatever happened on that bench, we don't know. But there doesn't appear to be anything physical wrong there. Yi Chung Lin. Now for opening deadlift, it's 240 is. Oh, sorry. What's his opening deadlift here? 240 as well. Yeah. Okay.
240 as well.
240.
Down.
That was easy.
Yep.
The biggest opener will be from Hassan El Begiti with 295 kilos.
Yep, that's enormous, isn't it? You know, 50 and more kilos clear of many of these guys on the opener.
Now, the world record is actually being held by Hassan El Begiti with 313 kilos.
Right. So opening at 295, we could conceivably see a crack at a world record.
Yeah.
Absolutely on the cards with that sort of opener. Starts just under 300. You can imagine he's got scope there on the third attempt. But first, Charles Okpoko.
See the American lifters cheering him on.
Yep. And
Yes, that's it. Welcome to the bar. 365 kilo lifter 17.
see many of these guys coming out in the equipped deadlift suit, but certainly not mandatory, and not always preferred by lifters. Some lifters actually find they get very little from a deadlift suit, and some say they feel completely impeded by it and they prefer to deadlift in just a soft suit.
265 for Shea. 20 kilos under his personal best. But he loves to deadlift. After this deadlift, only 2 attempts remaining. Then we'll be able to see how the standings will go.
Wow!
Not even that much range of motion.
But I just love, as you say, how he loves it.
Oh,
You could just see he finds his power in the deadlift, doesn't he? He just finds his energy, and you see that in his celebration as he snaps that lever open, and he's every bit the warrior in the deadlift. Oh, anti-Salvonainen finding the focus. Oh, he glares at the weight.
and of course, because he's from Finland, he's a good deadlifter.
That's it. It's in their blood.
It's in the Finnish blood to deadlift.
Yeah, having said that, benching's also in their blood. It's just really good with metal.
Yeah. Oh wow! You can't get easier than that.
Superb.
He's gonna take a big jump up next. Now we're going for the last one. Last attempt here in the first round of 295. This should be easy.
Just watch this, 295. It's an enormous weight. Watch how he moves it. And he's got the mechanics, the leverages. So there's a bit of a gift there, but he has capitalised. He has worked and capitalised upon that natural gift. But there is no way he's rested on that. You look at him standing there, you can really appreciate the leverages that this man has for this particular kind of lift. But it does not stop. That was just the very first step. Then you look at what he's done with that. To be able to stand there and take 295 as the opener. Oh. Hassan El Begiti.
He's happy. He's like, what is this? This is too light.
It's just, you know, strength, poetry.
It's poetry in motion.
It's an enormous amount of weight. Very few athletes can move a deadlift like that.
Now, after the first round, we have a prognosis for the overall result.
Okay.
Sergey Fedosienko leads by a mile,
Right.
by 56 points. Charles Okpoko is on 6:03, which is 56 points behind Fedosienko. Hassan Elbegiti on 5:93. 1 point behind him is Chongqing She from Chinese Taipei, and right 4 points behind him is Franklin Leon. So the second and third place, it can go either way. All these top guys, there's 3-4 guys who's going for silver and bronze position, whose gold might be a little bit too far away from them.
Okay, so let's watch now. We just saw Daria's Gazzola there with his second attempt deadlift. And he's kept the intensity all the way through his lifting. And that was a good attempt. Good lift. Sato. 235.
Ooh. That looked a little bit heavy.
Good lift.
Still 235 kg on the bar with the Franklin Leon take over.
Hassan Elbegiti put on his second attempt 307.5 kilos. So we might see an attempt on a world record today.
Yep. That's what we thought. He'd have a go at that maybe in the third attempt.
Yeah.
Certainly looks like the plan with the attempt selections. Makes sense. 235 also for Franklin Leon. He's come in weighing 59.25 for your information. Just see how the refs saw that. Good lift, one red. Just wondered about that myself.
And we must remember, this is the 59 and the 66
Yep.
kilo guys competing against each other. This is not just one weight class combined.
Yeah, so he's one of the light guys. Sergey, of course, is the lightest of all, and that's why his leadership in many respects, because his coefficient, that is the formula, is so favourable because his body weight's so light. But of course he's moving huge weight as well, so it all works together. Yi Chung Lin, 250 there. He's 59 kilos of body weight. So it's all mathematical. There's no other factor here. It's weight on the bar, and it's a mathematical formula that's applied directly to their exact body weight that they weighed in this morning. So, never more important than at World Games, their body weight, because that directly influences and plays into their standing at the end. It's not as important at the normal Championships, Okpoko. Oh, he gets stuck. It's well away from him, and he can't drag it back on.
That will make a huge difference in the
That's
overall results now.
Big miss, because he was only just hanging on in front of Leon Franklin.
That's opening the door for all the other lifters.
So the significance of that miss cannot be overstated. We'll come back to that in a minute. But first, you're going to see a 20 kilo jump from the opener with Sergey Fetishenko. Very, very conservative opener. He got a feel for it, then he put 20 on there. Lifts the hips, pulls it back. Yeah, it's all sorts of messy. I don't know about it.
Did he?
He pats
dropped
it,
it,
but I reckon
yeah.
he dropped it. Yeah, don't look surprised, Sergey. I think you know you unlocked the knees. He unlocked it, he rolled forward, he didn't
fell
get the
forward.
down. It's all sorts of messy. I love that he tried to get away with
It was a
it.
little bit messy. You shouldn't be surprised with that.
He's my hero, but you're not getting away with that
It
one.
was slipping out a little bit out on one hand.
I have to call it the way I see it. Hello. Nice try.
And Sergey will also be going for overall best lifter.
That's it. That's what I keep thinking. His competition was on 2 levels. One was for this lightweight category and one was for overall best lifter. But he's not quite in the block hole today.
He's putting in the same weight again.
Yeah, good. He has to. He didn't get that lift. So
If he was going for overall, I would think he would actually make it more.
275,
Oh,
just like that.
285 kilo the bar. Lifter anti-Gazzola and
So 2 big misses just now, which, Fetishenko's well ahead. He's ahead enough not to be troubled, but we see Sun Ting, he's actually got that lift. So let's see the shuffle that happens here. Things are getting quite interesting.
and with that lift or something, he put himself in 3rd place.
That's right. So he's sitting 3rd place. What is Salvanainen going to do with this? It's still not enough. Just this on its own. It's a beautiful lift,
Still easy.
but it's not enough on its own to get him yet. He's got one more lift to go. What can he do with it? Now we've got Hassan El Bagati with the top deadlift to finish us off on these second deadlifts. And again, in itself, it's not enough to get him in top 3 just yet. Even though he's coming storming home with these deadlifts, he just didn't have the squat and the bench press particularly. Beforehand.
This will also be a Master 1 world record if he pulls this
In total or deadlift?
in the deadlift.
Right. So deadlift. Yep.
Wow,
Super.
that's deadlift
Ooh,
perfection
it says.
right there.
He's a Master 1.
I think he's going to go for the open world record.
What's that?
The record at the moment is 313. So I think he's going to go 313.5.
Might as well.
That is my guess what he's going to do.
Okay. Cool. Because he might as well have those goals. Really. Now, Daria's Gazzola has put 5 kilos on there. he's not in that final podium spot, but 217.5 is his final lift of the day. There you go. 320 Bugatti's put on there. So
Wow.
huge.
320.
Yeah. Mad. So I just want to point out what we've got here is a scenario where we've got Hassan El Bugatti actually in second place now, just in front of Charles Okpoko. That's what happened with that miss. He's in third, but very close behind is Sun Ting. So there's the battle between those three for the minor medals, as Gazzola pulls through 217.5.
Oh, he's happy.
Oh, and that's lovely to see.
Such a proud man.
Thanks his countrymen. Oh, look at the effort. That's superb. And it's all over. He's done it. Beautiful day of lifting.
I think, I'm coming back to Hassan El Bugatti.
Yeah.
I think he's just looking at what the other lifters is going to do
Yeah.
to see what he has to deadlift.
Yeah,
To
obviously.
stay in that second position.
Yeah. He wants to, he can obviously make changes, but at this stage he's putting pressure on them to say, look what I've done. I've put to 320. I'm going to try and get the silver at the World Games. Charles has got to look at this. It's really putting pressure on Charles now. Charles missed. It's putting pressure on Charles to go up.
If Charles
Will he fall for it?
doesn't get his next deadlift,
Yeah.
he's 0.4 points behind the Frenchman.
Satu gets stuck at the knee. There's nothing there. He put extra, but he couldn't do it. But he walks away with some good results today. Really terrific lifting today. Leon Franklin now. Put the 242.5. He's just sneaking in there. He's holding his own. You know, this would have him settle at, it's too early to call. It just depends on what these other guys end up pulling. But he could just...
He can jump in there for
He
second
could jump
place.
in there. He could end up on the podium, this guy. He's the dark horse. You know, he's the one. If he quietly goes about his business and pulls this deadlift and the others make mistakes ahead of him, he could end up on the podium. Leon. Oh! But first he had to pull that. And where that has left him now is probably out of contention.
All right, we have Charles Okpoko next.
Right, he didn't fall for it. He didn't take the bait. He left it at 257.5.
He absolutely has to get this lift to be in second position.
So it'll be the housekeeping. Get all that powder off the carpet and give every lifter the best chance. Make sure nothing impedes them.
Especially in sumo deadlifting, they don't want anybody to slip.
So Hassan's going to have a good look at how Charles pulls this. If he gets it, I really, really hope he gets this.
Such a phenomenal lift. It's so,
Yeah.
so young.
Yep.
He's one of the youngest lifters we have here at the games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Charles. He holds it.
Does he have it?
He's got it.
Oh,
He's got it.
that.
He's got it. There's the mark of a champion.
257.5.
Oh, that was a beautiful lift.
That will put him in second position.
Now, Hassan El Bagati has got problems. He has to pull what he said he's going to pull to get the silver.
You know, there's still 3 more people, 3 more lifters that can take that second position away from
But they've
Charles.
got to get it off him. He's got it now.
They got to get that bar off the floor.
So Yi Chung Lin is called 257.5, but he will not get that silver medal off Charles with this lift, even so. Because on body weight coefficient, he cannot win. He cannot beat Charles Okpoko. Looked successful. Yes, it was.
260 kilo.
Now we got 260 kilos next for Sergey Fedosienko. He's your winner.
Yep. Sergey's built such a total combined with the body weight coefficient that he is not only he is the world champion of this weight class, total absolute gold medalist world champion of the world games of this weight class. Already was. Doesn't even need this. That's the superiority of the work he's done so far already. 2 lifts ago. He already did it.
A win is easy for him.
Oh,
He's just so good.
that's better.
He just kept it there a little bit longer.
Like, I didn't drop that one.
But the second deadlift did mess his chances up for overall lifter.
I really did.
Really,
really
really
did.
did.
Really did.
He's just so good.
I don't know what happened. Brain freeze or something.
So he's now a 2-time World Games champion.
Yep. Look at that beautiful picture of the athlete in his own world. Still. Waiting.
1 minute.
You heard that word, bar loaded. Maybe the screen froze. I thought he was just being really still. 280 kilos. Monstrous weight.
He needs this. Come on.
There it is. He's got it. Oh, there's that celebration.
Oh, that's a good lift.
295 kilo. We got the change.
And there's the change we were looking and thinking might happen. I think the change has just come through. Has he done enough for bronze?
297.5.
Sunting or not? What's El Bagati going to do?
Something
That's a question.
And-
Oh,
is in 3rd place at the moment.
yes, he is. And that's the question. Has he done enough? Will El Bagati get it away from him? First, Antti Salvanainen. He can't. Surely, no, he cannot. This lift will not get him on the podium. As big as it is, it's his squat that probably doesn't give him enough. relatively. Oh, yes.
He's
Can he
pulling-
get back?
Oh,
No, he
no,
cannot.
That was just too heavy.
First real miss for him. Gave it everything, but it wasn't there today.
All right. We have a change.
Here's the change. I just heard it. And El Baghdadi's taking that 320 down. He's taken it to 310, so there's no world record try. And
Hassan will be going for third place.
he's going to try and take the bronze off Santing.
Now it's going to be close. You, Master,
He's going 315.
What? 315. There it is. There's the change.
That will be an open world record in a deadlift.
It's
That-
not. It's not for bronze.
This will be for silver overall. 315 attempt for world record.
What is that? No, it's not. What?
So this is a pull for second. Let's see if he can get this. And an open world record. Oh, and he pulls it, oh!
He's got a. Oh, just hanging on to it.
Did he get it? He got it! That's a new world record. And that will give him silver overall.
Now we would like to have the referees for signing the protocol, and we are
Alright. So we got your winners, Sergey Fedorenko from Russia with 677 points. Hassan Elbergiti from France in 609.4 with a world deadlift record of 315 kilos. And then you've got Charles Okpoko, the junior from the United States of America, with 609.0 points. That's 0.4 points behind Hassan for silver medal. You got Chongqing She from Chinese Taipei, who sits in 4th place. Franklin Leon from Ecuador in 5th. Antti Salvolainen from Finland in 6th place. You got the junior Yi Shun Lin from Chinese Taipei in 7th. Yoshihiro Sato from Japan in 8th place. And then Mariusz Gazzola from Poland in the 9th place.
So there's how they finished up the lightweight men in the World Games 2017. And hope you enjoyed that lifting. You'll have the medal ceremony. Join us then.
we invite Mr. Gazzola, President of International Powerlifting Federation, to present the medals. Witamy prezydenta Światowej Federacji Biegu Siłowego pana Gazzola. And we are also very honored to invite Mr. President of Polish Federation of Bodybuilding, Fitness and Powerlifting. Witamy prezydenta Polskiej Federacji Kulturystyki, Fitness i Biegu Siłowego pana Pawła Filebonda. And the winner of bronze medal, zdobywcą brązowego medalu, representing United States of America, reprezentujący Stany Zjednoczone Ameryki, jest Charles Opoko. Representing France, reprezentującym Francję jest Hassan El-Begidi. And the winner of gold medal, zdobywcą złotego medalu, representing Russia, jest zawodnik reprezentujący Rosję, Sergey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand up in respect to national anthem of Russian Federation. Panie i panowie, prosimy o powstanie w oczekiwaniu na hymn Federacji Rosyjskiej. Proszę jeszcze raz o gratulacje i brawa dla medalistów i wszystkich zawodników, którzy startowali w kategorii lekkiej. And now it's time for photographers. Czas dla fotoreporterów.